Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Vaibhav Vaidya from Mayo Clinic, Rochester, here for the Fits on the Go blog. We are at the ACC 2015 Legislative Conference, and we are joined by Dr. Kashon from Cleveland Clinic. Thanks for being here with us and speaking with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Could you tell us more about how you got involved in advocacy to begin with, and how your experience has been working in advocacy at ACC?
Sure. I think the beginning started at the state chapter level. And I'm not as fortunate as you guys. I didn't start as a fellow in training, but I started very early in my career, and I got involved at the state level, the state chapter, got involved with the state things that were confronting the state of Pennsylvania, which I was in Pennsylvania at the time, and really spent a lot of energy and focus on. I became a district counselor, and a lot of those state issues at the legislative level, working through the state medical society. I became very active at the college that way and addressing state issues, and then started getting more and more interested as my career got a little bit further along. I got involved at the federal level and coming to these legislative updates, and I've been now, this is my probably about my 20th one. So, and I've been to both Pennsylvania, Ohio, and it's very rewarding, sometimes a bit frustrating because you want things to happen. As a cardiologist, you want things to happen very quickly, but that's not the way the legislative process works.
All right, thank you so much. Now, I've heard that you've spoken to fellows in the past about contract negotiations when we finish our fellowships and go out looking for jobs. What advice would you have for fellows in training in terms of how to negotiate these contracts?
Yeah, I think it's a systematic process. I think that when I came out 25 years ago, we'd look at the contract, we'd have a lawyer dissect the contract and look at it in detail and try and get the contract changed. Today, I think as most cardiologists are now employed, most health systems have a contract that they use, a templated contract for cardiologists. So your ability to change a contract, the material portions of a contract, the structure and all those things can be very difficult. What you can change maybe is compensation. You need to understand the workflow. But to go out and spend a lot of money on a legal review of your contract to try and materially change that contract, that's just not going to happen today. What I would suggest you do, you get a lawyer to help you understand the ramifications of what you're signing. Understand what your salary is going to be and how you're going to work, and is this a group that you can work in, whether it be an employee group or an independent group, and then use that as a basis whether you would take a job or not. The last thing I would say is always look and to see how many people have left a group or left a situation. If you go into a situation where you think you're going to be able to change something, and the last 10 cardiologists couldn't change it, you're going into a failed situation. So, I would encourage you to ask, has anybody left this group? And if they have, excuse me, if they have left the group, are you willing to let me talk with them about their experience in the group? And most groups that are successful will let you talk to somebody who's left, because if it's a successful group, they've likely not left because of the group's dysfunctionality or the contractual relationship. They left because of a spouse's family or some family obligations or some other non-work-related environmental factors. So that's, in a nutshell, the way I would approach it.
Well, thank you so much for that advice for our fellows in training. I'm sure they'll find it very useful in the years to come. So for more videos like this and for further coverage of the ACC 2015 Legislative Conference, please visit youtube.com/fitsonthego.